Most Americans prefer to retire in Mexico as compared to any other country or city, and today we are going to compare the top 10 cities of Mexico where you can retire, and we will select the top 3, like we always do. So let's get started. We will just go to retireinnmybudget.com and log in. Now, we will go to the compare page, and like always we will add New York as the standard. I'll add 5 cities at a time. So whenever you add a city, make sure you select from the drop-down. Sometimes you might not see the full name, but you can see the first name in the country. Now that we have added 5 cities, we will start with the comparison. Comparing prices first. We'll see the salary difference. As you can see, the average salary in New York is $6,592 approximately, whereas in Mexico it's $338. So there is a huge difference in the cost of living, and it's the same for the apartment. So accommodation is very cheap. 3-bedroom apartments are also very decent in price. But the problem is that in some areas it's more expensive than salary. Mexico seems like a really good option for the daily essentials. As we can see, the prices are almost half in some cities. This comparison, I think, would be slightly difficult because the numbers are too close. So far I really like Durango because everything is way cheaper. And I also liked Ajijic. The problem with Ajijic is that the apartment rent is high. But if we look at the cost of living, it looks reasonable. Oaxaca is also doing good, which is something we can consider. Mazatlán is doing good. In terms of the cost of living, almost all the cities are reasonable. So let's just compare the prices to dine out. Dining out is also less expensive. Utility is also less expensive. The only thing that is slightly more expensive is the data pack, which is only in Ajijic. Clothes are less expensive. The same brands are giving less expensive stuff. Transportation is way cheaper. Monthly pass is cheaper. Cars are also more affordable. Of course, you can stay fit and enjoy sports activities in Mexico more. Childcare is also less expensive. Apartment prices are also decent. You can purchase an apartment for a price where you just get an apartment for rent in New York. This is definitely good because you invest in real estate. But here's one thing. The interest rate. You might be surprised that the mortgage interest rates are extremely high. And it is not only with Mexico. It happens in a lot of different developing countries. So you might want to keep in mind that taking out a loan is cheaper in the US. We'll now compare healthcare. The healthcare system index is better in Mexico. Skills of the staff are good. The speed of completion is decent compared to US. Equipment-wise, some of the cities are doing good. Not every city is doing better than the New York, but some of them are. In accuracy and completeness, the accuracy is decent and friendliness is good. Responsiveness is great. Satisfaction with cost is good. Convenience of location is better. Let's compare pollution. Some of the cities are more polluted in Mexico, so you might want to check out something that's less polluted. Mazatlán is less polluted. So this is where it is standing out. Air pollution is less, and Morelia is also another good option. Oaxaca again is also decent. I would say not really good. Drinking water pollution and inaccessibility. So we want this to be low, and the pollution needs to be low. Air pollution is low in Durango, so it's doing good. Ajijic is doing good. Drinking water pollution is low in New York, so you might want a really good filter if you want to shift to Mexico. Dissatisfaction with garbage disposal. It's very low. That means, it's doing better than New York in that state. Dirt and tidiness, it's less dirty, which is a good thing. Noise and light pollution is significantly low. Water pollution is slightly higher. To spend time in the city, how dissatisfied are the people? The numbers are quite low with the Green Park. Ajijic and Morelia are doing good in that state. Drinking water quality and accessibility quality is much higher than New York as compared to Mexico. Garbage disposal satisfaction is higher in Mexico. The traffic is significantly low. The time index is low. CO2 emissions are high. New York and Mazatlán are doing good in terms of CO2 emission. Working from home. In Mazatlán the numbers are higher. So this is good. A lot of people have cars because cars are way cheaper there, which is also a good thing. The crime index is low. Crime is low in some states and higher in some other states. I would prefer a state that's having a low crime level. Durango is doing good in terms of crime. Worries of home broken and then things stolen. There's a lot of worry in that. Worries of a car being stolen. That's less. Worries of attacks are less. Worries of being insulted are extremely low. For skin color, worries of being insulted are extremely low. Insignificantly low, which is a good thing. Drugs problem. Using or dealing drugs. You know what they say about Mexico. But the numbers tell a different story. Property crime suggests that realism and theft is slow in some cities. Safety index wise. Walking around alone during the day is safer. I like Ajijic and Oaxaca City. So I'm going to keep these two, and let's just add more city into the comparison. Let's just start comparing the prices. Average monthly salary. If you want to arrange the cities based on average monthly salary, you can do that. All you have to do is drag and place it where you want it to be. What it does is, It allows us to see what the difference between the salary and the expenses is when we compare the prices, and it could be an important factor. Let's compare the daily essentials. Tulum, it's good in Tulum and followed by Hermosillo. Let's compare meals in the restaurant. It is definitely less expensive in Tulum. So let's compare their utilities. Utilities are very less expensive. Internet cost is less expensive. Mobile data is less expensive in some and more expensive in some. Pair of jeans in some cities is like comparing competitors. Cars are significantly less expensive. Fitness clubs are less expensive. Tennis courts are less expensive. Childcare is almost 20 times less expensive. That is what makes it difficult to own a property in cities like these in a developing country, because the mortgage rates are too high. Healthcare index is doing good. Skills of staff is good. Tulum is perfect until this point. But healthcare-wise, some other cities are doing very good. Friendliness is good. Satisfaction of the cost is great. Convenience of relocation is good. Let's compare the pollution rates. Pollution index is low. Air pollution percentage is low in Mexico in most cities. Drinking water pollution is low. Garbage disposal dissatisfaction is low. Noise and light pollution is less. Water pollution is less in some cities. In terms of green parks, some cities are doing good. So the traffic is extremely high. It's quite close to New York. Some cities are doing good about carbon emissions. So that's good. Work from home percentages are very high in Mexico, which is a good thing. Let's just compare the crime rate. So crime-wise, the crime rate is lower in Mexico. Most of the level of crime is also low in most cities. I think Hermosillo are not doing good. Skin color is not a big of a problem in Mexico. So that's a good thing. Corruption is higher. Safety index is higher. So let's just conclude. My top 3 would be Tulum, Oaxaca, and Queretaro in this order only. So my first preference would be Tulum. So that's what it looks like for me. Let me know in the comments. If you guys have anything else in mind or any other choice, I'd be excited. If you liked the video, then hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. Feel free to try retireonmybudget.com and compare for yourself. It's going to be fun. You can find links to our social media platforms in the description box. In case of any questions, feel free to let us know or reach out before you relocate or maybe just travel.